what happened here? What? I had it all lined up perfectly, you know? It's off to the side. What is going on here? This isn't good. Zoot of lore. What's going on? Oh, maybe this this is a hassle. Oh gosh. Oh well. We'll do it like that. How about that? So it's gonna be a little bit cockeyed. What do you guys see over here? Oh boy, this is nice. Going well so far. This is annoying my ADD right here, that it's not lined up correctly. So I'm just gonna take a moment to adjust this properly. Waste some garbage time. What? Man. Well, F it, huh? I can't really believe this. Strange things. Okay, well that's somewhat in the neighborhood. Hope that stays. See this one over here? Okay, now you guys are lined up. All right. What are the chances of this falling? Don't know. Now let's try this. Okay, cool. Excuse me. One moment. Okay, thank you. All right, let's try this one more time. Again. No, I'm not central. Oh, this is enough. And on a warm summer's evening, in a train bound for nowhere, I met with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took our turns of staring out the window at the darkness, till the boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. Said, son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what their cards were by the way they held their eyes. If you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And I got deadly quiet. His face lost all expression. He said, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. Bonjour, c'est qui ça? C'est qui là? Gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You don't count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Key change. Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving, knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. Every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser. The best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. When he'd finished speaking, he turned back and towards the window, crushed out a cigarette and faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even, but in his final words I found an that I could keep. And you got nowhere to hold 'em, nowhere to fold 'em, nowhere to walk away. Nowhere to run, you don't count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done. Don't know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You don't count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done. A Gambler. That was the Kenny Rogers version, and I thought that Kenny had written that. This is continuing in my money-themed songs. If anyone has a money-themed song, please don't hesitate to make a suggestion, because I'm trying to use the law of attraction to get me some of that green. Oh, over here it's actually multicolored. Our euros are not green. There's one green bill. I think it's the 100 or the 500. Anyhow, so I'd settle for some blues or some oranges. Some yellows would be nice. So that was, I thought that was written by Kenny Rogers, but actually it's a quite fascinating story. It was written by a certain, what's his name? Don Schlitz. Oh, bonjour, le quelqu'un là sur le livre de visage, c'est qui ça? N'hésitez pas à dire petit coucou, petit bonjour. Merci. Merci en tout cas d'être venu. Hein? Don Schlitz, and he wrote it when he was 23 years old. So I think the words are really good, aren't they? It's a nice little story. I never really paid attention to the lyrics aside from the chorus beforehand. And so, funnily enough, he shopped it around Nashville for 2 years before he had a bite. And it was Shel Silverstein. Remember Shel Silverstein? He wrote the children's books like Where the Sidewalk Ends. And he also did illustrations for Playboy, which is kind of funny, being, dichotomous there. And so he did these. It was good stuff. I'm gonna look up his some images from Shel after I conclude this 320th episode of the Electric Podcast today. Ah, il y a quelqu'un d'autre qui vient de vous rejoindre sur le livre de visage. C'est qui là? Coucou, c'est qui? And it was recorded by a guy named Bobby Bear. I'm not Bear, like as in Bare Naked Lady. And it was also recorded by Don Schlitz himself, but it never reached popularity until Kenny Rogers had a go at it. And Johnny Cash has recorded it as well. It's been covered a number of times. It was, what was it? Oh, Kenny Rogers is accompanied by a band called, the vocal band called the Jordanaires. And there's quite a production on the Kenny Rogers version. You'll have to go and listen to it again. Well, I had some things to say, but because of the problem, I had the camera on the iPad here all lined up perfectly, but then when I hit play, the whole thing shifted, so I lost a bit of time, and I'm sorry about that. But what was I going to mention? Art update. Oh, you can go and follow our Nabucco Dinosaur Instagram, and I'm going to be teasing out the cover art for the next single. And if you can guess what, it's a cover song, what song we're covering before you hear the song, because it'll be obvious at that point, you will get a biscuit for your birthday, and you will get a special preview listening. You'll receive an MP3 or some audio file of your choice, really, and for your cleverness and your perseverance and your perceptive abilities. So never forget that. You have to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, walk away. Know when to run. You don't count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the healing's done. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness. Till the boredom overtook us, he began to speak. He said, "Son, I've made a life of reading people's faces and knowing what their cries were by the way they held their eyes. And if you don't mind me saying, I can see you on a vases, days above your whiskey, and I'll give you some advice." Uh-oh. Chime time. Sublime. Goodbye.